Here's a article in the USA Today, and it says, quote, "The Supreme Court's decision to uphold a long-standing State Department policy to list only the word Jerusalem without Israel on passports of U.S. citizens born here has left many Jewish American Israelites feeling frustrated. It is U.S. policy that the future status of East and West Jerusalem be decided in a negotiated peace agreement between Israel and the Palestinians, who are seeking an independent state and claim part of Jerusalem as their own." Unquote. Well, if you look at my Jewish and Arab history of the 1870s to the 1940s, you will see where I stand at as a Jewish person. Now, I do have my misgivings about Israel, but I do ultimately, I am pro-Israel. I do stand on the side of Israel because I'm Jewish. And that being said, if you put things in a historical perspective, before the Jewish people in the land of Jerusalem, it's called, I'm looking at my notes. It's called Proto-Canaanite, and they were considered also as Phoenicians. And the Sumerian king Ur-Nina, Ur-Nina, or the, I don't know if I pronounce this right, Jebusite, Jebusite. These were all basically Canaanite tribes which inhabited that region. And then after that, you had King David, which was the ruler or the king of Israel, an actual sovereign state of Israel. Israel is a sovereign state. And part of Israel under King David was, of course, Jerusalem. So if you put it in perspective, considering the Canaanite people, the Canaanite tribes are no longer around. They don't exist today. But the Jewish Israelite people do. It shows that the land of Jerusalem exclusively belongs to the Jewish people. Now, and you have to also understand the Israelite Jewish people existed before the Muslims / Arabs / Palestinians and the Christians. So considering that, and like I said, there are no longer any Canaanites, there are no longer Sumerians. There might be strains of that in a DNA, but they're not an actual people. Understand, they're not an actual people. The only actual people that still exist in that region are the Israelite Jewish people. So therefore, Jerusalem really belongs to the Jewish people, or to the Israelite Jewish people. And as far as a two-state solution, I've always been against that. I think the West Bank and the Gaza Strip is enough for the Arabs / Palestinians. And the rest of the land belongs to Israelite Jewish people. And it should remain as so now, forever. I think that's enough land for the Palestinian Arabs. As far as I'm concerned, that's their state, and leave it as is, and leave the Israel alone as is. And Jerusalem ought to be and should be annexed to Israel without question. It should be, if the Israelite Jewish people believe that that Jerusalem should be their capital, then so be it. It's up to Israel, the Israelite Jewish people, to decide if Jerusalem should be their capital or not. But nevertheless, the Jerusalem is really, if you look at the history of it all, it really belongs to the Israelite Jewish people, because they exist today. They've been around for 5,000 years. I mean, we've been around, I don't know the exact date on the Jewish calendar, but we've been around for 5,000 years as a people. The Canaanites are dead. The Sumerians are dead. The Phoenicians are dead. And the Jebusites are dead. But the Jewish people are still around. So, therefore, reason dictates that Jerusalem is ours. Now, I'm not at all religious, but nevertheless, it's and I mean, we're still around as a people. See, so, and like I said, I'm not religious, but the facts point, as far as history is concerned, that it's and the thing is this Supreme Court decision in Jerusalem, it's just to appease the Muslims / Arabs / Palestinians and Christians. But as far as history is concerned, they shouldn't placate them. They really shouldn't. And this whole international zone thing with Jerusalem since after World War II through the United Nations is absolute garbage. And you shouldn't placate Muslims / Arabs / Palestinians and Christians because we want to live in this idealist world of everyone gets along. No, it's not. It's not reality. So the Israelite Jewish people have been around all this time, over 5,000 years, and if any people have a stake in the land of Jerusalem, it's the Israelite Jewish people. But the Obama administration, whoever else, believes that it should be an international zone, that it shouldn't be a capital of Israel. But, Obama is, as you know how I feel about him and think about him in my other videos, but nevertheless, he ought to keep his hands off of Israel. Even in the slightest degree, he should keep his hands off Israel and stay out of this. And I know American policy tends to get into Israelite politics, but if Obama or others like himself were truthful with the American people and put things in historical context and see it for what it is, there are no longer Phoenicians, there are no longer Canaanites, there are no longer Sumerians, there are no longer Jebusites, but there are Israelite Jews, and therefore the land of Jerusalem belongs to the Jewish people, or to the Israelite Jewish people, and leave it at that. Anyway, that is my video, and you guys have a great day. Bye.